Okay, as a professional speaker, if I haven't addressed certain things, is probably because I can't or because I don't have the capacity to. But everything needs to be recorded somehow because these things are not believed to be happening unless y'all see it sensationalized on the internet. And if you think the courts care, no, they don't. Look at the statistics. So somebody asked, wait, do you have custody of him or share custody? This is based on the last video that I posted about me and my son and what we have to deal with on a regular. I lost custody of my son in 2023, I believe it was, because I moved out of the state after being evicted because of COVID and moving into my parents' home 2 hours away and not notifying the father, in which I was not in contact with. And then he accused me of breastfeeding our child, which caused me, at 3 years old, which caused me to have supervised visitations that I pay for because he said that I was forcing our 3-year-old to breastfeed after he kept me for almost a year from seeing our son. So here we are with these comments. Somebody said, wow, he is starving the boy. Where the fuck is the court? What state is this? This is in California. And if you think the courts give a fuck, you're not paying attention. If my son was being starved for real, we would have been having a whole different conversation here. But let's just say there has been manipulation with food and coercive control with food. And it is something that even the first baby mother of the 15-year-old son has mentioned to me about. And all of this is put on record already. Yeah, he looked like he sounded like he ain't wrapped too tight. I mean, some of y'all comments, we gotta laugh at this shit. It's not funny, but it's funny. Because a lot of times we do get blindsided by people pretending to be something that they're not. Ladies, stop having children with these types of men. If you claim you didn't know, that means you didn't know him well enough to create a human with. In fact, you're correct, but people can lie for years. I knew this man for 7 years. Was I supposed to sleep with him? No. Did I think I had to because of a kind gesture? Yeah, because society sometimes makes women believe that we have to do things just in return. So keep that judgment to yourself until you put yourself in that situation, or ask your mamas and your aunties and your grandmothers, because the older women have told me they've also felt victim to kind of those situations. He looks like you fell from the he looks like you fell for the grand rising queen dance. He definitely was somebody who was pretending to be a grand riser. He was pretending. He was definitely a Decepticon and a pretendian. And I wish I would have known that when I met him when I was 21 and he was 28. But I was very much so living in a world with very little guidance, and kind of guiding myself through adulthood. This man is absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. Nobody, plus he's hideous, should have done better, sis, or ran away. Listen, we all have these comments of like, you should have done better. You should have done. People have been married for 40 years and still would choose the bear because they should have known better. But sometimes we're blindsided, and y'all got to give people grace, honey. Especially if they decide to do better after the fact that what they realize, what they chosen, and some of us didn't choose. In fact, some of us walked away the moment we felt something was wrong, and we've been paying for it ever since. So the moment I knew something was off, I walked away. Then I found out I was pregnant. Then I was told and ridiculed and screamed at, and he was mad that I wouldn't stay with him or move in with him or be with him. And here I am.